Hi. Just as a short intro, I forgot to record this at the beginning of the video, so I'm recording this section at the end of the video and putting it at the front of the video. Do you understand? Okay, cool. Okay, so I wanted to highlight comments, I think, in every video. In this video, you guys will comment and do all of that. I'll pick up my favorite comment to talk about. Next episode, start of next episode, I'll talk about it. I'll feature it in the beginning. I think that'd be cool. So, my highlighted comment from last video I wanted to talk about is this comment. So, from A World Torn Asunder 9728, what a name. They said, I'd argue RWBY isn't the main character. All of the girls of Team RWBY are the leads. It's just RWBY was our initial viewpoint with the more classic Paragon sort of vibe, but I'd say she's not more important than the others. So that is a very interesting take. This was in response to, I think I was talking about how RWBY didn't feel like a main character for a while. At least not a classical main character, because we were sharing a lot of our screen time with a lot of different characters, other members of Team RWBY, Team Juniper and John and all that. A lot of that, but not too much RWBY herself. And so this person is saying that, well, RWBY probably isn't really the main character. All of Team RWBY are the leads. It's just RWBY was the viewpoint or initial POV that we went from, that we started with, but not exactly supposed to be the most important. But, well, I'd say that, yes, I agree that the entire Team RWBY is the main character, but I feel like RWBY specifically being our entry point, being like we empathize with her motivations on becoming a huntress, her social struggles with making friends, the like intro narration and like volume 1 episode 1, like about like some small honest soul, and then like panning to RWBY reading like the comic, and like her being the main point of view for a lot of volume 1 episodes, like her being selected as team leader and all this. It just kind of suggests that, yes, among the main cast of Team RWBY, she's the main focus. Like if they did want to share a focus between all 4 of them equally, I don't think starting the show with RWBY was the best idea. I think they could have done a more anthology focus, like the trailers. Imagine if they did something like the trailers, where the first episode was actually just an anthology of the 4 girls doing their own thing, and then all converging at Beacon, where all 4 of them were doing their own separate, like, hoo-ha, whatever, like in the trailer, but it sets them up as characters, and then they all converge at Beacon's gate, where they start a new life together. RWBY and Yang get together. Weiss goes in, Blake goes in, and then we get led into it like the rest of Volume 1. But starting the show with RWBY talking about the honest soul, having her be team leader, her being the POV, we get empathized with her social anxiety, her love of weapons, and all that. It's like this is a very classic introduction to a main character. And I wouldn't mind to have all of Team RWBY as the main character. It definitely feels like that now. But it's weird that, like, I was led to believe that RWBY is the main character, but suddenly it's like she's not anymore after, like, the Emerald Forest stuff. So it's a little weird in terms of expectations. But, well, nowadays I think, like, if I accept that Team RWBY is the main character, then it feels less important now. But, yeah, I mean, interesting. Very cool comment. Thank you for commenting. So, yeah, whenever the next one hits, whenever the next video hits, I will pick out the next comment, and it'll be fun to talk about it. So, anyway, don't let future me stop you from reacting to past me. Let's just get on with it. Hello everybody, welcome back to this channel, and welcome back to your monthly dose of RWBY reactions. Today we'll be doing RWBY Volume 2 Episode 3, titled A Minor Hiccup. Yeah. This was supposed to come out in August, but I guess it took a while. But yeah, I'm back with this, and who knows when the next one will come out, but I do plan on trying to finish RWBY Volume 2 by the end of the year, and trying to finish Murder Drones by the end of the year, so I hope that we can do that, and we can start volume 3 at the beginning of next year, and hopefully we can finish more than one volume in a year. Yippee! Alright, let's get into it. I'm excited. There's a point where it tips, there's a point where it breaks, there's a point where it bends, and a point we just can't take anymore. There's a line that we're crossing, there's no return. There's a time and a place, no bridges left to burn anymore. We can't just wait with lives at stake until they think we're ready. Our enemies are gathering, the storm is growing deadly. Now it's time to say goodbye to the things we loved and the innocence of youth. How the time seems to fly from the carefree lives and the solitude and peace we always knew. I told you I'd memorize the song before the next video, and I did. Oh, what a lovely song. Me at the end of class.
So
It's actual gibberish.
I was thinking after this, maybe we could go grab a bite to eat.
Oh, he's trying.
And, well, I've got 2 tickets to that new Bruce Willis movie if you want to make the trip to Vale. I hear it's awesome. And then maybe after that we could study together? I mean, you're smart.
Too much. Too many plans.
And then timed that one wrong, I guess. Well, the stunning conclusion to the story will have to wait until next
Borbatusk,
time.
Nevermore.
What?
That's Dr. Beowulf.
Did you hear me?
Alright.
No, yes.
Eh.
One day.
No, why is it so me though? When someone tries to bother me in uni, and I'm like, dude, I don't make friends. I'm sorry, I'm a loner.
The class would never end.
All right, guys, today's the day.
They got the
investigation
fits.
begins!
I'm glad to see we're taking this so seriously.
That's cute.
Hey, we've got a plan. That's moderately serious.
Everyone's got cool outfits.
Everyone remember their roles?
Oh!
You and I will head to the CCT to check the Schnee records for any other dust
CCT?
robberies or inconsistencies.
A library?
Seeing as I'm in the family, it shouldn't be a problem.
The White Fang has regular faction meetings to hand out orders and recruit new members. If
Infiltration?
I can get in, I can hopefully find out.
I love how we got like
like.
spy
I have
music.
an old friend on the shady side of town that typically knows everything going on in Vale. Getting
Okay.
information out of him shouldn't be too hard.
Interrogation.
Great, we'll meet up tonight near Yang to go over what we found. Let's
Wow, nice. What the fuck?
Son,
When did you get here?
get up there.
It's easy. I do it all the time.
You do what?
I climb trees all the time. So, are we finally getting back at that Torchwick guy?
We are going to investigate the situation as a team.
Sorry, son. We don't want to get friends involved if we don't have to.
That's dumb. You should always get friends involved. That's why I brought Neptune.
Can you climb
How
trees?
did you even get up here?
I have my ways. Seriously though, can I come in? We're like really high up. Right now.
Bro,
All right.
he's
I'll
so
go
ride or
with
die.
Son, you can go with Blake. And Neptune, you can go with Yang since she doesn't have a partner. Everyone good?
Actually, Ruby, why don't you go with Yang? After all, she is your sister.
But Lice, who would go with you then?
Well, I guess Neptune could come with me.
Nah.
Oh my god, these two, I was right. There is gonna be a bit of a romance plot going on.
Like the transmit tower looks up close. You
The
should see
transmit
the one in
tower.
Atlas. That was the first one, right?
Correct. Atlas developed the cross-continental transmit system to allow the 4 kingdoms to communicate with one another.
Oh,
It was their gift to the world after the Great War.
Ooh, look at me. My name is Lice. I know.
I love
facts.
them.
I'm rich.
Don't be a pest.
No,
Besides, the
okay.
only reason we're here
I'm so
is
into White
we
Rose
love
right
the
now.
tower so much. We could have just as easily made a call from the library.
I know, but it's so cool. Oh,
But
I
she
need to
wanted to
get
come here. She wanted to see the real thing. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, you
Penny!
dropped this.
Where have you been?
Where have you been?
Uh-oh, caught
I haven't seen you
in
since the night
4K?
at the docks. Sorry, I think you're confused.
No, a minor hiccup.
What was that about?
I don't know, but I'm going to find out. You go make your call. I'll meet up with you later.
Wait!
Penny, where have you been? It's been weeks. There
Like, it would have
seems
been
to
nice
be
if Ruby
a
like slid down the
misunderstanding.
rails. Would have been a nice character moment.
Penny,
Oh my god!
is everything okay?
Sorry, I shouldn't have been so loud.
Look, I don't know what's wrong, but you have to listen to me. Those guys. who
Penny's
fight
acting
the dogs,
weird.
We think they're up to something big, something bad. I need you to tell me what happened to you that night, please, as a friend.
Friend? Do you really consider me a friend?
It isn't safe to talk here.
Sensational. No, well, it's a solo mission now, Weiss. Ooh, very green. Gren. So this is a transmit tower where communication happens. So this is like the 5G towers, but like big dedicated centers.
Hello. Welcome to the CCT. How may I help you?
Ooh, fancy.
I'd like to go to the communications room, please.
Absolutely. Could you please place your scroll on the terminal to verify your identity?
Ah, their phones are called a scroll. Did we know this?
Thank you, Miss Schnee.
Is she practicing her smile? Oh, that's such a cute moment. Oh my god. Wait, the little moments the characters get are so nice.
Welcome to the Beacon Cross Continental Transmit Center. How may I help you?
I need to make
Oh,
a
she's
call
cute.
to Schnee Company World Headquarters in Atlas.
Oh,
Absolutely.
calling your parents?
Head over to Terminal 3. I'll patch you through.
Thank you.
This is like the elevator being like voice controlled instead of pressing a button seems a little inconvenient, but I guess it's more security. But also really slow.
Hi, Mom. How are things back in Signal?
Ah, so it's like this kind of okay. Cool. So they have this technology.
Thank you for calling the Atlas. Oh, Miss Schnee. Good afternoon. Would you like me to patch you through to your father? I think your sister Winter might be here as well.
Sister
No,
Winter.
thank you. I was actually wondering if you could find some files for me. I've compiled a short list.
These files are a little.
I see.
What did you need them for?
If you don't mind, what may I ask is this for?
School project.
There are some sensitive documents on this list, ma'am.
Well then, I'll be sure to treat them with care.
Right. Very well.
Just be confident and no one will suspect a thing.
Wonderful. That will be all then.
Are you sure you wouldn't like me to patch you through to your father before you go?
Yes, I'm sure.
Well then, have a nice day.
And then her smile drops. Oh my god, it's all performative. That's so good. That's really good storytelling. Oh my god, look at that dorky smile. Wait, these two are kind of cute actually. Is there a ship name for these two? I'm sorry.
I don't know anything about those men. Well, what happened to you that night? We were all together and then you just disappeared. Were you kidnapped? Oh, no, nothing like that. Well, then where did you go? I've never been to another kingdom before. My father asked me not to venture out too far, but you have to understand, my father loves me very much. He just worries a lot.
Overprotective?
Believe me, I know the feeling.
You do now.
Why not let us know you were okay?
Yo,
I
Ruby's parents?
was
When are we getting the
asked
lore drop?
Not to talk to you, or Weiss, or Blake. or
Asked not to
Yang.
talk to anyone.
Anybody, really? Was
I don't
anyone
know.
that upset? No, it wasn't my father.
Oh, someone else?
has been the standard security model of Remnant for several years, and they have done a fine
Oh,
job.
was it Ironwood? Got a little public demonstration here?
This is a kingdom of innovation, and fine? Well, that's just not good enough, is it?
Striving for something better?
Presenting the Elysian Knight. 200.
Ooh, new
Smarter,
robot soldiers.
sleeker, and admittedly, a little less scary. These models will become active later this year, but they won't be alone. Now, the Atlesian military has always supported the idea of removing men from the dangers of the battlefield.
Oh.
There are still many situations that undoubtedly require a human touch.
Ruby?
So, our kingdom's greatest minds, in cooperation with the Schnee
That's so
Company,
cool.
are
He's
proud
like-
to introduce the Atlesian Paladin.
Yo, it's a mech. He's like the complete opposite of like a like a I don't care how many people I need to get killed kind of general. He's so human.
Ruby,
That's so nice,
maybe
actually.
we should go somewhere else.
Oh, I really want to talk about that.
Penny?
Oh, she really doesn't want to be seen
Where are
here.
you going?
Oh, maybe she isn't supposed to be out. The Atlas soldiers are supposed to be taking care of her?
Down here. She went this way.
Whoa. Careful. Ooh, nice. Quick thinking. Oh, shit. Was he that heavy? Ruby semblance, doing funny things. Oh shit! Isekai! Oh shit, you can do that too? It's him? That's funny.
Are you okay?
Wait, so you got your swords in their back. Sorry, in the backpack.
Did you see that?
Do you think she's okay?
Like using like strings on swords and a laser beam, and you also got super strength? What exactly is your power?
Penny, please.
Actually, her clothes look like a cybernetic
Why
suit.
are you running?
Now that I think about it,
Do that. I can't. Everything's fine. I don't want to talk about it. Penny.
does the
tell
hiccup
me
is the
what's
hiccup
wrong. I
there?
can help you. No. You wouldn't understand. Let me
Pinocchio.
try. You can trust me.
Wait,
You're my friend, right?
am I big
You
brain
promise you're
chat?
my friend?
Wait,
I promise. Ruby, I'm not a real girl.
ah!
Oh.
Oh, wait, I called it. I was like, wait, it was clicking. Oh, this is pretty. Oh, I can't wait for the Volume 2 OST reaction. That'll be fun. And this cute penny art. Okay, there's some fun stuff to talk about this episode. Oh, the salutations. Wow, that's so cute. All right. Well, I got some fun stuff I want to talk about this episode. This is really fun. Give me a moment. I need to organize my notes. Actually, not really, because they're still disorganized. But I want to add stuff to it. I'll be right back. All right, so let's begin. Let's see here. So, le plan. So I'm really glad that Team RWBY's actually taking action this time. So for the most part, they've been pretty passive because, as I noted in the previous reactions, while the villains are plotting and doing things behind the schemes, moving on to different phases, Team RWBY's busy with school, which is fair. But that also means that that's a conflict. They need to balance their school time versus actually going to deal with the bigger problems outside of school. And this will inevitably cause conflicts. Like, I'm sure they're probably not going to show up to class eventually. They might go behind the back of the teachers in some way, going against explicit instructions by the teachers. Maybe, not show up for an event or something, right? Because they're off trying to fight the bad guys, fighting the real fight, quote unquote. But they're still, like, quote unquote kids. And, it's kind of the whole theme of the show. And the battle at the docks last time and at the end of Volume 1 is a big turning point, because not only have Team RWBY revealed themselves to be people who are against the White Fang and Torchwick and all of this, Blake especially have explicitly made enemies with Torchwick. And I mean, she's the main instigator behind, the main motivator behind the team even going out to do this plan to begin with, because Blake's the one who's super worried about what the bad guys are doing. I mean, hell, Cinder, Emerald, and Mercury have now infiltrated the place. Roma Torchwick has stolen insane amount of dust for whatever reason, and who knows what's happening, right? So while all of that's happened, like RWBY stopped the dust robbery at the beginning of Volume 1. Penny and the gang stopped whatever that was supposed to happen at the docks, but at the end of the day, they still stole enough dust to move on to Phase 2. The top tier bad guys have now infiltrated the school under everyone's noses. What Team RWBY did at the docks didn't stop the bad guys' plan at all. So it wasn't really a victory for that. It was more like a victory of team bonding. The team is closer together now. Them working together here would not have happened if the conflict in the last few episodes of last season didn't happen. So they gave the villains a bit of a W. I mean, it was a small delay, but gave the villains a slip in exchange for just being a better team. And so this time they should be able to do something, do considerable damage. Like I said, I don't think we're going to stop whatever the villains are doing now in this volume, but I think they will in the next volume, because you got to build up that progression, right? First volume, didn't really do much. Second volume, they actually managed to do something rather significant in a way. Nothing to stop their plans, but something significant. And then in the third volume, maybe they're actually able to take one of the villains down or something, So that's what I'm expecting in terms of progression. So yeah, it's cool. It's so cool that all of them have got new outfits. I was not expecting that, because I just thought that everyone would just have their iconic clothes on, but I didn't realize they would actually go on with like spy mission gear, and it's so cool. I love all of their designs. It's so cool. I hope they bring it back eventually. Like whenever they go out for missions like this, they wear this. Assuming they do go out for other missions like this, I hope so. I hope this isn't a one-off, because that would be tragic. So yeah, so the plan is that Weiss and RWBY check the CCT for Schnee Dust Company records of other dust robberies or inconsistencies. So Weiss and RWBY are meant to do investigations on the patterns of what they're targeting. Because we don't really know what they want to do. From Team RWBY's end, they don't know what Torchwick is up to, what the White Fang are up to. All they know is that it's clearly something bad. So Weiss and RWBY, more in the patterns of like, okay, where are they robbing? Is it just dust? Are they robbing anything else? Are they disrupting supply chains? Are they taking over factories? Are they staging demonstrations or interrupting demonstrations? Like, what are they actively doing actions-wise? Like, what is the White Fang doing? And are there any sightings of Torchwick anywhere? So that's what I'm guessing they're gonna do. Blake and Sun are meant to sneak into the White Fang faction meetings that are meant for like recruits and giving orders. So of course Blake would know about this. Blake is the best person to do this kind of thing because she knows about White Fang activity. She knows where to find them. So this is where her past comes into handy, and I think that's pretty cool. We're utilizing that to our advantage. And since Blake and Sun are Faunus, they can get in very easily, I assume. So that's some undercover stuff right there. I'm assuming that's going to go wrong because a lot of infiltration missions tend to have something that blows your cover, so that'll be exciting to find out. Yang and Neptune are meant to get info from a shady friend across town. Not sure who that might be, but this is like a shady version of what Weiss and RWBY are doing. Weiss and RWBY are like a conflict-free zone, because Weiss is busy with the conflict between her and her father and whatnot. We're hinting at that. Meanwhile, RWBY is busy with whatever Penny's up to. So, since they've got their hands full on those plot lines, those subplots, they're not actually doing anything action-heavy. Meanwhile, Blake and Sun might get into a conflict because their cover is blown. Yang and Neptune might spark a fight or something if they're going to like a shady part of town. No, actually, Yang has been to the shady part of town before. She's been to a nightclub with a bunch of like gang members, right? And she was searching for information there. So maybe that's the same place, the same nightclub. Because Yang would know, because it's implied that Yang is a party girl who's been to all these places. Although I wish that we'd see it more, where Yang is usually the person who'd go into these social events. Like, she'd be the social butterfly to get information out of people. She'd like strike a conversation up with someone and, you know, try and get information from it. Because Yang's not stupid. Yang is not dumb. I think, you know, there's a comment in the last episode that said that, where it's like, yeah, I mean, Yang used a pretty smart trap card strategy when they were playing the little board game that they were playing, in like little Warhammer game they were playing in the last episode. So Yang knows about this kind of stuff. Yang is like street smarts. She knows all the street tactics, and so she'd be the best in like getting information out of your drug dealer or something. She'd be your go-to girl for that. So I want to see this side of Yang. Actually, it's really cool because we get to see the different sides of these girls when we're doing like investigative work, when we're working for a cause and not just our disjointed goals, when we're seeing different sides of someone. Like, we're seeing Weiss's heiress side coming in a little bit. We're seeing Yang's shady social butterfly side to it. We're probably gonna see Blake go into a bit of like white fang mode in the way she behaves. It's gonna be cool. I think that's awesome. So I think this whole idea, this whole plot about them taking action, taking the initiative, they actually have agency as the main characters. They actually have agency in what they're doing, which is really fun. So yeah, I love that. Next, so Atlas developed the cross-continental transmit system to communicate with the Four Kingdoms as a gift after the Great War. So that's what the CCT stands for. It's basically Wi-Fi towers that allow you to communicate with other kingdoms, which is literally what they said. And it seems that you can also get info from there. So it's kind of like a library mixed with like a communication tower. And it seems that people don't really use their phones. I mean, they do. I mean, scrolls. I mean, maybe they do. It's just that it's like internet cafe kind of thing. Like, I don't know. It gives that sort of vibe where it's like, okay, if you don't have your own device, you can go to a CCT tower to like communicate. Like, oh, if you don't have a phone to do a call, go to there. Oh, if you if you want to play video games but you don't have a system, you can go there. You know, it's like an internet cafe, library place. So, I mean, I don't know. This is the first time we've seen this. I would like more explanation on this. But so this is Atlas developed. So we're finding a lot about Atlas this time in this volume, which is pretty cool. Atlas is the technology place. They are the ones that have their technology and military spread everywhere, which on one hand is cool that they're providing aid to other kingdoms. On the other hand, that's dangerous because you're essentially giving that much power in your own kingdom to another kingdom. Atlas can easily control the transmission signals from across the kingdoms, right? They control the main transmit systems, communication towers. It's up to them. They can control it. They also have the military. That's a little dangerous, right? It reminds me a bit of the way that I have. So there's this city in the story that I'm making that's actually very similar to RWBY. I'm starting to realize that it's actually a little similar, and I might take more inspiration from RWBY at this rate. But there's this place that essentially where all the great scientists gather. They are the center of technology in the world, and they spread their technology, well, and sell their technology to the other places in the world. And it's not that there aren't great scientists and inventors in other regions. There are. It's just that this place buys them. They're creating a monopoly for science, monopoly for technology in the way that they want in order to benefit them and to get more money. They sell their own patents, their inventions, and try and monopolize that. And also, they're the creator of and the main propagator of this universal resource. You can think of it like dust, like a dust equivalent. They also control the main manufacturing of that. and their technology is often fused with the dust equivalent. So like imagine if you could fuse the like dust, elemental dust and stuff with weapons. And so the armies from there, the military from there would incorporate this technology everywhere, and whoever they sell to, oftentimes, you know, to wars and to colonialism, and you know, we participate in a little bit of imperialism with this country here, and they sell to weapons, to like weapon merchants. They sell to factions of wars, so they have a chokehold in everything, and importantly, they have something called like the Navy. So think of it like One Piece, like the Marines, but they've like stationed at least the headquarters in every major region. So even the local military, the local police of that nation has to compete with this country's like own foreign military branch in their area. And for the most part, they do protect the people from things like piracy and whatnot. But, you know, as things go, they're not really the best. They're a little corrupt on their own. But the problem is they've been allowed access to every corner of the world. Well, almost every corner. Well, every corner that allowed them to. And the ones that didn't allow them to, they're basically forcibly taking over. It's a, you know, whatever. I'm not here to talk about my own story. I'm here to talk about RWBY. But it is very interesting. It's very similar to it. So I'm drawing my experience based on that. So very cool. Also, after the Great War, I did want to know about the Great War. They haven't expanded on that a lot. But it seems like a super important part of the world that we're just not learning. So, but since we get a glimpse of it here, I'm hoping that we do get to learn more about the Great War and what exactly happened. Why is saying that it's a gift after the Great War makes it sound like Atlas was one of the bad people of the war. Like it's like if Germany helped with the creation of like 5G towers as like as like I'm sorry after World War II. I don't know, it feels like that kind of thing, you know? With the way that Weiss worded it, it sounded a little like that. So I'm not sure what this means, but it's cool. It's more world building. I like that. Next, Penny was asked not to interact with any of her friends, which is, yeah, concerning. So there are two important figures that we have learned that Penny's like important with. Her overprotective father and Ironwood, from what was implied. So it seems like Ironwood / at least the Atlas military or some group of soldiers are meant to take care of her. Maybe her father wanted that, and so that's why she was running away from them, because, well, it's not that they wanted to harm her, it's actually that she was with them, and she's not supposed to be going out like this, and, you know, they're trying to get her back. So I'm gonna assume, because we know that she's a robot now, her, or like at least a synthetic being, or at least a cyborg, right? I'm assuming father also means like creator. I think that would make a lot of sense, yeah? So I'm really curious to meet this father, and I'm curious to see how, like, what the relationship between Penny and Ironwood even is. That's fun. Yeah, so Weiss has conflicted feelings about her father and her role as the heiress, potentially. So obviously her father, she wants to avoid him, which is fair, because we did learn that her father is a source of her childhood trauma. Sure, it was caused by the White Fang making her father super stressed, and that implies abuse during her childhood. So, yeah, she had a beef with White Fang because it made her father the person he is now, a person that Weiss doesn't want to talk to, that she's not on friendly terms with, which is pretty interesting because she is the heiress of the Schnee Dust Company, and her father, assumedly, is the CEO of the company. So, very interesting dynamic there. We're like setting something up. We're setting up family problems with Weiss. I'm here for it, because that's some juicy, angsty stuff. Love that. I love the little details of her like forcing a smile, or that she's trying to keep up her appearance as as Weiss Schnee, you know, elegant and pure and all this. And then once she stops talking to the woman on the customer woman on the stream, she's like, "Nope, yeah, this sucks actually." That's nice. So next, Ironwood revealed the Elysian Knight upgraded security robots. Now this is a Chekhov's gun. There's a reason why they're telling this to us, and like I was saying, this is Vale? But yeah, this is Osmond's territory, right? At least... No, but Osmond's territory is school, not the whole region, is it? No, I think... No, we know this from Ironwood. Ironwood is the head of the military and the school. So maybe the headmasters are more than just the school headmasters. They're also the pseudo government of the region. I don't know. I'm just guessing that at this point. It's not actually told to us or shown to us. But yeah. So the idea is that Ironwood has brought his army to Vale, as shown in the first episode of this volume. That's a foreign force bringing their army here. That's scary. Even if Osmond and Ironwood are friends, clearly it's still fucked up to see foreign forces come here with guns. It's crazy. And the fact that Ironwood is revealing an upgraded version, a stronger version of their soldiers in Vale, that's a little scary. Although the way he was saying it made it sound like, yeah, everywhere in the world, including Vale, has Atlas robots as security. So it's exactly like I was saying. They have essentially snuck into every single region in the world. And yes, they're under the impression that not even under the impression, they are protecting the citizens and they are doing their job as security, but you've essentially loaned a foreign military force to do that for you, meaning if your relationship with them goes sour, they can like usurp your place. They can throw a coup, a military coup. They can, what are your own forces won't be as bolstered because you're not investing as much money into the upkeep of your military because you're loaning that to you're letting another force do that for you. They've also got the advantage. They've got the upper hand in political dealings. You have to listen to what they say sometimes because they're lending you their aid. If you decide to rebel against them and not work with them for something, they can just as easily take away their forces as like, oh no, our deal is off. We're no longer sending our Atlas droids to your place. So you use your own military. They won't be as bolstered because their forces aren't as built up. So I'm interested to see how the politics of that works out. It's very fascinating to me. As you can tell, just from the stuff I was talking about, my story, there's clearly, I love political, geopolitics and, dynamics like this between territories. It's very interesting to me. So I'm very curious to see how RWBY handles that world building. Oh, yeah. Ironwood is talking about removing men from the dangers of the battlefield, which is very nice. Usually you'd see, iron-fisted generals be like, the glory of battle, and we should, the goal of a man is to die in the battlefield, kind of toxic masculinity thing. Or the whole, we have to go to, glorifying war, and being like, no, we have to crush our enemies. Ironwood is not that kind of general. He seems to be, a little paranoid, but definitely empathetic. He's very likable. He provides good reasons as to why you like him, even though he's a military general. Usually we don't like these people in real life. Do we like military generals as a rule? Not really. It's just that if they do certain things that are just good for us in the country, we tend to view them in a better light. But him, as a general of one of the most powerful militaries in the world, saying that, advocating for, hey, we should make advanced robots so that like human lives don't have to be in danger when we go fight the Grimm. Which I'm assuming is what they do, because if they war with other humans, then that's a little fucked. But that is still removing lives from the battlefield, which is great overall. I'd rather we fight wars with robots rather than fight wars with human lives. So I like that. I like that sentiment. Now, that is just a sentiment. This can go wrong. This can go sideways in a bunch of different ways. He can take advantage of this in a bunch of different ways, but we don't know that yet. As for now, I like Ironwood. And also he says, yeah, some situations require a human touch. So that's why he collaborated with the Schnee Dust Company to make the Atlassian Paladin. Another Chekhov's gun. This has to be important somehow. I'm feeling like the Schnee Dust Company must have some sort of ulterior motive to work with the Atlas military. It's money. It's probably money in some way. It's a large, like, resource manufacturing company. Like, there's no way they wouldn't do this because of money or power. But I mean, collabing with the military does put them in a position of power. They are funding the military, which means that the Schnee Dust Company can have a say in political affairs by, literally supplying the military with their own robots, which is, clearly the Schnee Dust Company is not a government agency, right? It's like a private company. Private company supplies to the government's military is usually a little bit of a red flag as per real world scenarios. So I don't know what'll come of this. I'm not sure how this will pay off, but it's probably got something to do with the robots not actually protecting us, and we actually have to fight the robots in some way because we've gotten in the way of what Atlas or the Schnee Dust Company wants. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, so Penny not being a real girl, who would have thought? Well, I mean, actually, it's actually interesting because in Volume 1, there was a bit of a confusion with one of the comments that I got. I don't remember what it was, but they were saying something about how Penny was wearing a backpack, and that's where the swords are coming out from. And it is true that when the swords were coming out of her back, it was her backpack. But Penny wasn't wearing a backpack until that scene. Not in the earlier scenes, not when we met her for the first time, not even within the same episode did she wear a backpack. We didn't see her put on the backpack. It's just that when she jumped down to the battlefield, she suddenly had a backpack, and that's where the swords are coming out from. That was really strange. I think I pointed that out. That was a little suspicious. That must have been an animation error, miscommunication, because she should have had the backpack on the entire time, and the backpack should have been obvious. It's very small. It doesn't look obvious, so that's an error from their part in Volume 1. But, yeah, if that kind of like confused me a little bit, because if I thought that the swords would have come out from her back, then she would be a robot. But she was wearing a backpack, so I didn't think so. But there was some confusion with the comments trying to clear up something that didn't exist. I don't know. My memory of it is fuzzy on it because it's been so long. But yeah, so we've had some hints that Penny is a robot. In hindsight, her design looks very human. Her design with the little like glowy greens, like okay, it's so obvious. It's slapping me in the face. I don't know why I didn't see it before. Wow, they really bold with that design, huh? They really didn't hide anything with the way that how robotic Penny is. I just thought she was neurodivergent. No, it turns out she's a robot. Yeah. Interesting parallel I made there. Huh, I wonder if that was something the creators had in mind. So, yeah, she stopped that truck from hitting her, from hitting Ruby. I just don't understand why Ruby in the crowd was so surprised that someone has powers. Now, I can think of some counter arguments to this. Like, oh, Ruby was surprised because she thought that Penny's power was the swords. So she was surprised at how she was able to have, like, super strength as well. Maybe, but that's not what I got from her reaction. Her reaction was genuine, like, how did she do that kind of reaction? You know, I don't know if I misread her expression, but Ruby's expression was pretty, like, pretty intense. So I don't know. Okay, it's a little strange, but Ruby's reaction is one thing. The crowd's reaction is different. So initially, the crowd was something. So the crowd started off like, "Oh, is she okay? Like, yo, what happened? Is she okay?" And then later, like, one of the people said, "How did she do that?" And it's just like, what do you mean? How did she do that? People have powers. People just have superpowers. Ruby has, like, she can go zip zoom zip zap. Weiss has summoning glyphs and shit. Like, Yang can go Super Saiyan. Like, what? This is common knowledge. Like, people have power. Like, this is common. People get sent to school. Kids get sent to school for this. So when the people are like, how does she do that? How does she have power? I feel like there are some ways you could counter, like, what I'm saying, but it's very, like, flimsy, or, like, it's like you could say that, but I don't know. I feel like it was more so written in as, like, it's supposed to complement the shock of Penny being a robot, but the writers forgot that they were writing a world where everyone has powers, so it fell a little flat for me. But the actual reveal that she's a robot is cool. It's just the reactions from the people to her stopping the truck specifically is weird, because I think Yang could have stopped that truck if she had, like, Super Saiyan mode or something, right? Like, maybe she could have done that. Who knows? I feel like super strength is probably something that exists in the world too. It seems like a world that could have that. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know if I wrote that wrong, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So, overall, very much enjoyed the episode. I had a lot of fun with it. I think the jokes in this episode were top tier. You know, there are them going like, "Oh, how did you get up here?" And then Sun is like, "Yeah, I do this all the time." And then Wes is like, you do what all the time?" He's like, "Yeah, I climb trees all the time." And then Wes is like, something ain't right there. That's so funny. And then Neptune being up there, because Sun's like, "Why wouldn't you drag your friends into everything?" Okay. It's just like little moments like that felt like, wow, I love these characters. I love it. The world feels real because they feel like real people interacting with each other, and it's great. It feels like they're actually friends. Like, Team RWBY is making friends with people outside of Team RWBY. Actually, what is Juniper doing? We saw John at the start of the episode. He was trying to get with Weiss, to no avail. Then we haven't had a peep of Pyrrha nor Ren. I hope they'll be involved eventually. I mean, we don't want this to be a show not about Team RWBY, but they are still important side characters. But then again, it's like only episode 3. Maybe we'll see them again. So yeah, that was it. I'm excited for the next episode. All right, well, see you then next month. Haha, I'm kidding. Or am I? Actually, there's a huge possibility the next one is next month, because I got a lot of different shit to record as well. So we'll see. But I know you guys are patient and you guys like hearing my analysis anyway. Makes it worth it. Makes the wait worth it. So I'm glad. I don't want the waits to be too long. So at max, I'll make it 1 month max. But I really don't want to make it more than 1 month of a delay. So there's that. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.